right, so we are on the road to 1,000 horsepower, and we just got back from LS Fest, Texas. We got a few things that we've got to do to this Pacer inside this trailer. And by the end of the video, you're gonna know exactly how many horsepower this thing's gonna have. We've been calling it 1,000 horsepower, but we might be exaggerating a little bit. So what I want you to do is I want you to drop a comment right now, and I want you to tell me exactly how many horsepower you think this AMC Pacer is gonna have. By the end of the video, you're gonna be the first to know exactly where we're at. So let's get to the action.
Have we ever tested the kill switch, like if it will shut the motor off?
Let's test it. It does what it needs to do.
That's the first time we've ever tested it.
We're back. To all you naysayers, thought we wouldn't get this done, including Sean. Didn't think we'd get the old gal up and running and take her to the burn pit, Texas Motor Speedway. Well, guess what? We did it. All right. 5 weeks. And the only reason we did it is because it was not mine. It is the boss's car, the boss's Pacer. So here's the deal. As you guys saw in the last video, it was me in the burn pit. You may have also noticed that Demery was with us at the first, and she wasn't. So due to some unforeseen circumstances, Demery actually went home. She didn't fly with us to Texas. I'm super bummed out about it. Doesn't matter. We're here. We're going to get this 100% worthy, and we're going to have her pop those tires. Or at least try. So she's never burned out in it. She never drove it. She never nothing. It's still not tuned. We're going to change the oil because it has braking oil in it. We're going to do some things on the power steering. You know, a couple things that just need to be tidied up for the boss so that when she hits that throttle, she can just make smoky burnouts and be fine. Anyway, we're going to get this lifted. We're going to get the rack and pinion out of it. We're going to do a few things. And I also have to do something on the plasma table, and you're going to watch us do it.
You laying down again?
It's that time, ain't it?
Yeah. I'll get on the ground and lay down.
Well, concrete feels amazing, though.
It does sometimes, huh?
So I'm getting the lift all positioned, and this lift is telling me that the front suspension has settled, because I had to lower the pads all the way down in order to get it under the front, and still had to kind of pick up on suspension a little bit to get the pads underneath there. And before we left to Texas, they went in and out with the pads lifted all the way up. So that tells me this front suspension has settled extremely a lot. Before we can do anything, we're gonna get these tires pulled off so they're out of our way.
So we have a Bailey Industrial bead roller that does not have a platform, and we've got to do some bead rolling for the Onyx build that we're going to be doing after we get the Onyx bus done. But Sean needs a bead rolling table. So we've got this 3/16 aluminum over here. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to cut this out on the plasma, and then Sean is going to connect it to the bead roller. So check this out. This is going to be a 60-inch by 48-inch wide table to do our bead rolling on. So this is where the bead roller head will be. We're gonna cut it all out, make it super sweet to where he can bead roll some really cool stuff. So I'm measuring it all out, and instead of cardboard, we did it right on the aluminum. I'll get it all measured out, we'll get this figured out, and we'll transfer it into the computer and cut it out. But we also got a brand new TIG welder. So we bought a Miller Dynasty 300, so we're gonna be getting that set up for Sean, and so that I can learn. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on, and we're going to get the Pacer fixed. Now, if you guys didn't check out the unveiling of the Racer Pacer, Grocery Getter, whatever we're going to name it, the boss's Pacer, go check that video out. It was super fun at the Texas Motor Speedway. Burnout Wars was awesome. LS Fest was awesome, which is awesome. Just would have been better if Demery was there.
Okay, while Robbie's over there doing something on the CNC machine, while he's doing that, I'm taking tires off. The front tires off the Pacer so they're out of our way. So, just going through and checking everything, make sure there's no leaks, make sure there's no loose bolts, because the only test drive we done was at the competition, the burnout competition. So that was our test drive and run. So now, it's time to go through and just make sure all the bolts are tight and there's no fluids leaking. Okay, so for checking for leaks and loose bolts, I started at the back and I noticed that we have a little bit of residual leaking out of the differential. So I'm just going to check the bolts, make sure they're all snug. One thing I was worried about was my shock brackets bending, but they didn't move. So done good on those. And then Colton said he's seen a little bit of leakage out of this one transmission cooler line. So we're going to check it, make sure it's snug, and then just keep moving forward.
All right, so for those of you that don't understand what we're doing, it's gonna make sense in a little while. But we'll get this cut out and I'll go show you where it's gonna go. So we have a bead roller, we're making a table. Basically, it's just a work table. All right, so let's get this set. Now what I've done, you're gonna see, this is gonna cut a little bit inside. So I'm gonna set this 1/2 inch in. So I got a 1/2 inch, blah, blah, blah. And then I made it 2 inches smaller. So it'll cut a little bit smaller than this plate. Just don't question me. I know it'll work. So like I said, it's gonna be off because I made it smaller. All right, let's take this to Sean. He can get it finished. So this is gonna become a table so that we can do bead roller stuff like this. We got these big panels we gotta do. We wanna make sure that we've got something that can support it because we have really cool stuff that we're gonna build for our Onyx off-road build challenge build. So there you have it, folks. We'll put some angle iron support, we'll brace it, we'll connect it to the unit, and then we'll show you guys what it can do later. This is like bee honeycomb. Look at that. So pretty. Can't wait till Demery blows these little tires off. Anyway, so we're just checking everything out. There's a few other things we found that's loose. Our cow tracks came loose. We're gonna get those tightened up. Our rear shocks have no rebound, so I'm gonna call Alden American. That's who sent us the shocks. We're gonna figure out how to adjust those correctly so that we have some movement and all that good stuff. But our drive shaft's still good.
Yeah, I even looked right here and there's nothing.
There's no seepage, there's no residue, we're not hitting. I mean, our rear seal's not leaking. Our transmission cross member's tight. There's no seepage out of our pump. There's no seepage out of our dipstick. Everything is holding fluid as you would expect, but it doesn't always happen that way. So what we're gonna do is, if you guys watched the last video, we had to change the rack and pinion at the show in the Holly booth because we blew this sill out right up here because I accidentally hooked the power steering return and feed lines backwards. Now, in my defense, I looked on Google and it told me incorrectly. So obviously these are different per unit. So anyways, we have a Hyde's steering gear in now. So what we're gonna do is we'll drop the oil cooler out, we'll get this out. And if you look right here, we've got these bushings that are not bottomed out. So we're gonna actually press the bushings out, push them back in correctly, get it to where this will seat a 1/2 inch in. Then we can get our steering put back on correctly because it's not down in there. Anyway, we've gotta definitely have to realign all of this steering. So, and then we're probably gonna turn the struts up, put a little bit of lift on this front end. We do like the brake lines, so they're gonna stay. Everything should be good. Oh, those are coming loose. With these burnout cars, we just gotta make sure that everything is tight. We don't want anything coming apart. These poor little front brakes, they're holding with all their might. For a 5-week build, first time ever, I think our team crushed it. So check this out. Hillbilly just about has my brand new TIG welder from Miller hooked up, put together. We've got a wireless foot controller. It's liquid cooled. This is a Miller Dynasty 300. Now for any of you out there that knows TIG welding or knows welding, this is like the Taj Mahal of the welder world. So when we started having some contamination issues with Sean's, I knew it was time to go buy me a new welder. So it's the first TIG welder I've ever bought. I had to get the best one because I want to learn how to TIG properly and perfectly. So Hillbilly's getting the extension cord all hooked up, and then we're gonna get this bad boy fired up and start laying down some welds. But while he's doing that, while Sean's working in the other shop, it's my nephew Kellen's high school graduation. He's 18, so I'm gonna go watch the graduation parade, and then we'll be back to work.
All right, I think Hillbilly got the Dynasty 300 all set up.
Far as my knowledge. Now everything else is Sean.
Far to his knowledge. So usually I think that they would just sit and guess everything, but lucky enough, we have Sean here. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, that would
I think he's pretty excited.
lift up.
So we discovered a leak. One of the hoses wasn't tightened. Hillbilly got it tightened up.
Right.
Now we're gonna put some of this coolant in, top it off.
Hey, at least I know that I wired the electrical properly.
Did they give you?
Don't take that off.
That says remove.
Robbie, don't remove them. It's a protective sticker.
Can't see.
It's a protective sticker. Robbie keeps it on everything. If you look at the Pacer dash, it still has it on there and it's all wrinkled up.
All right, so we are going to get the oil cooler out of here. When we were out down in Texas, we didn't pull the oil cooler. We just kind of let it dangle. But we're gonna change the oil, so we don't care if oil leaks. And we'll just unbolt the oil cooler and get it out of our way. So this has got Royal Purple break-in oil in it. And now that we're back,
It broke in.
broke in. It is extremely broken. Anyway, I'll undo my wiring. We'll drop this sucker out of here. I don't know if this will work. Nope. Whoa, that just moved the whole upper control arm.
Yes, it did.
Oh, it's loose. We already knew that. We're gonna do some aligning. We need an actual hammer.
Say hi, guys. Hi. No, say that. Say hi, guys. Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. That'll rip your finger off. Do not want to be doing that, dude.
You'll be okay.
My arm walks here.
We can't. We had working on the car.
No. How is this driver race car?
What?
How is this driver race car?
Is it a race car?
No, it's a race car too. Daddy just ride that race car.
Daddy drove the race car.
Yeah, it's pink too. It's got pink. No.
Yeah. It's got pink. It's mommy.
Yeah, it's mommy.
No, it's daddy.
No. It's mommy.
Oh, you got it.
There was bugs popping out of it in Texas.
That sucker was wedged.
Hell, we wouldn't have to worry about falling out.
Yeah. Okay, well, that side's out. I like steered the rotor.
Uh-oh.
We need to grab something to clean that up before we forget.
Is that important?
Yeah, it's your brake rotor.
Cool. So it might not work.
No, it'll be fine. We're just gonna grind it so
Yeah.
it doesn't have an issue.
I'll have that. Thank you.
Is that your mater?
Mini cars.
Is that your mater?
That's my mommy.
That's your mommy's mater. So bubble voice is so cute.
Oh, mommy.
What'd you say?
I got water running. I got water.
Emotional. Okay. Oh.
Oh, right in the oil.
Billy's gonna pick that out.
She's gone.
Did you get them both?
Yeah.
Oh, that was easy. All right, so we're gonna show you what exactly we had going on here. Mater. Lincoln is super concerned about his mater. Oh, there's Mater. He's on the
Down on the
ground.
ground, bottle. Right there. Right there. I don't even think that's Mater.
What is
I don't know.
that?
Yeah, maybe it's Mater. I don't know.
So the problem that we had is our bushings are not correct in this heights. All right, so here's the issue. These mounting plates, they're different than the ones that we had in. So we have different bushings with different inserts. So we're gonna press these out, press these in, and then we'll know that it's gonna be the exact same as we set this up for, and we'll be able to put these back on perfectly. Is that right, Lincoln? What do you have there?
Major.
Your car? Do you love cars?
It's major.
Fun fact that you may not know, it's my only child that loves cars and Hot Wheels.
Where's this name?
I don't know.
Power Wheels.
They have Power Wheels.
Lincoln absolutely loves Hot Wheels.
They love to smash cars, Hot Wheels.
Yeah, they would smash them with hammers.
Smash my car.
Yeah, they used to smash cars. They used to be cars.
Find out before.
What the heck?
I just had to pound
Oh,
it.
Hillbilly just pounded this out. I don't know what he was pounding for. I could get it right out. It's just no big deal.
That dude's the other one.
Yeah, let me see the other one. Let me see.
What the heck? Legit, that's all we had to do.
No, grab a regular knife and
So we probably could have taken care of this in Texas.
I'll have to do it now.
We just didn't know. So I got that bushing reset right where it needs to be.
Now we're putting them in the right direction, right?
Yeah. So it's the end of the day. We worked on a recovery all day, so we're beat. All we're gonna do is put this up into place. We're not gonna do it all yet because we have to hook the steering up, hook everything up. Hey, why are you derbying, dude? This is.
He'll beat you up. He'll get you.
You're acting like a Linkosaurus.
You don't like that sound. You walk away from the ears plugged.
Just want to make sure that our oil barely not touching.
Brilliant, what you want.
Our oil return is literally just a hair.
Oh, don't step in that oil.
I can't.
All right, so now, tomorrow, we got to hook everything up. We've got to center the rack and get everything to fit. But that's not tonight, so it is tomorrow. All right, so it is the next day. And if you guys watched our videos, you knew that we changed this line at Holly LS Fest thinking that we were blowing fluid out of that little O-ring. We weren't. We were blowing fluid out of the steering sill where the shaft comes out. That thingy right there. Anyway, so I put a normal style hose with clamps, and I don't like that. So I'm putting my -6 AN with an adapter back on for my return line, and then we're gonna get those lines hooked up. One thing we have to do is we've got to center the gearbox and then pull the column and set the steering wheel center again in order to get it right. Now at LS Fest, we couldn't get it all the way on because these bushings were messed up a little bit, but now that we're back at the shop, we can get things set up and get them correct because I couldn't stand driving with the steering wheel like this. So we're gonna get it straight because we have some adventures coming up, and that includes the boss driving her car. Colton,
Hold it.
come help me.
I'll be your holder.
We're gonna do the dumbest thing we've done all day, and you're gonna watch us do it.
your knight in holding.
My knight
oil.
holding armor is here.
Only
So he's gonna hold and wait for 6 quarts of oil to fall out of that. Actually, now that we know it's not gonna.
Do we dare?
Yeah. Here. Elevator. Remember when you were a kid and you like did a magic trick? Yeah. Did the elevator trick and you'd be gone? It's actually not bad. There's no metal shaving to the oil, so we're pretty happy about that. Once this drains out, we'll let it sit and just get empty, and we'll pull the filter, get everything changed out. All right. We got it all drained out. Drain plug tight, but we got a little problem, okay? Because I think a gorilla came in my shop and tightened this because
What is that?
it's the oil filter.
Tightened it.
Don't care about who is gonna take it off. It's never coming off.
Colton, your arms are bigger than mine.
Oh, you're trying. This is why you're saying that.
Yeah, your arms are bigger than
It
mine.
has more. They have more air in there.
See.
Yeah, my hands are sweaty.
Dang it. Ah! All right. Well, we all suck. Yeah, if the gorilla himself can't get it, nobody can get it.
I can get it. I can get it.
Doubt it. I doubt you'll get it.
You guys are a bunch of babies.
I hope you get oil on all your nails.
I hope I don't.
Well, you're about to, so yeah, keep talking.
What do I do now?
Keep talking crap.
What do we do now?
You stop. Now that you got it, you let us do it. Look at that. I saved you from the oil. Thank me later.
Was it really that easy?
That's a boo.
After Colton loosened it.
Shh. No, he didn't.
I vote that I don't put the oil filter back on.
Yeah, I vote that too.
Yeah, I think we all vote that. Do you guys vote that?
Does the internet vote? All in favor, say aye. Leave a comment if you vote that Hillbilly doesn't tighten anything anymore. Aye.
Well, I just didn't want the oil filter to blow off with all the boost.
Or the bolts to come out, or anything to ever come out. Ever.
All that boost.
So we're going to be putting 20W50 full synthetic, fortified with zinc, phosphorus for gasoline and diesel engines. You know, you're supposed to do an oil change every 3,000 miles. I do them about every 20,000 miles, except for in my race cars. We do them every single time.
Every burnout.
Yeah, my derby car, we do a couple derbies and then we change it. Yeah.
No. We move right up to every show.
So we do change it. See, we care about our high performance engines. So you snug it when you go half a turn. Not to be mistaken by a full turn.
Well, your snug and my snug are two different snugs.
I agree. Now that we've got our oil change half done, Hillbilly is getting the tie rods all hooked up. I'm gonna work on getting the power steering lines hooked up, and then we'll get the oil cooler in. Then we'll do the column. The column is gonna be the very last thing that we do because it actually requires like unbolting it fully and all that fun stuff. I've just got to get my wiring bolted in. We'll have this all wrapped up. And then Hillbilly let me in on a little trade secret. So when we built the column, we actually put a collar that would allow the column to slide. And I totally forgot about it. So we don't have to pull the column. We just have to pull the collar. We'll pull the collar, we'll slide the shaft, we'll install the U-joint on.
What?
I'm going to climb up, get the steering wheel centered.
No. Let's just let's loosen the column. So this is what I'm thinking. I'll get up there. We'll loosen it. We'll stick it on. We'll center the rack. So let's just get the collar off. We'll get it on. I'm going to get up inside. I'll center it. I'll pull it off. I'll put it where I say it's centered, and you shove it. That's a lot of things. And I know this is difficult
Climb
to
up there.
understand. Yes, that's what we're doing. I'm going to climb up there. And then you're going to install this. This is not recommended as a means of getting in a car. Opening the door, but still going through. This is how we do it, guys.
Why did you?
I'm
Oh
stuck.
my gosh, why did you do that?
Race car, that's why. Had to get to the other side of the door. You got a problem with it? Okay. Shove me on, Captain.
Are you centered?
Sure, shove it on.
Uh-oh.
What did you do?
It's not going on.
It's the correct spline.
I know, but the motor mount's in the way.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
We gotta loosen
Then
it.
loosen the rack and pull it.
Let's loosen this and let it roll up.
Did it go on?
Yeah, did it turn it? Yeah, nope.
Why?
It's putting pressure on the steering shaft, on the steering column. It's still hitting the motor mount. It's on, but and it don't move no more. So turn just a little bit.
Go get Sean. We need help.
Oh, Sean!
But it's hitting the motor mount now. So how do you think we could...
Oh, that happened.
Right here?
When you pull the steering back out, we'll have to cut that one little teeny blade.
Now turn it and make sure it's not rubbing anywhere. We're clear.
Okay, so when we put these All American coils in, we didn't do any adjustments. We just put them in and we set the dampening all the way to the highest of the dampening. So we figured when we pulled out, we need to tighten up the spring. So we got the wrench. We're going to screw this down and we're going to measure, what do you think, inch?
Go from there.
We'll just kind of see how.
An inch will be a good base point set.
So we're going to tighten the springs up and see if that helps us with the shock.
Do you have another wrench? And I'll start twisting the other side. It might take a while.
Yeah. We skipped the inch part. We got to a half. We figured we'll try the half inch first. We counted 8 threads on each side. We tightened it back up so that it doesn't want to back off. And yeah, we're going to go from there.
We need to set the upper control arms in the center, and then we need to adjust the toe. So Colton adjusted our Alden American struts an inch. So we have an inch of thread, half an inch. So we're gonna put the tires on, and we're just gonna let it down and kind of adjust our uppers kind of where we want, where we think they'll be good. We don't really have like any reference or anything like that. So we're just gonna do it by sight.
So we're making some adjustments to the rear shocks as well, because there was no give at all. So the top rebound is as stiff as it goes, so we're gonna make it as soft as it will go. We got the back shocks settings adjusted to where we think we want it. So now let's lower it down to see where it's gonna sit, and then we can adjust the upper A-arm on the passenger side, because it came loose and moved on us. So now I'm just adjusting the upper A-arm.
So that could even help with pitch and toe, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm under here adjusting the tie rod end because it needs to come in. Okay, I finally got it put back together. It was kind of a fight. Got the toe adjusted to what Colton says looks decent. Jam nuts tight, so now we're gonna lower it down and see what it looks like. This side looks straight up and down.
So does this side.
So we can't have them matching then, because right now this one looks like it's almost straight up and down, and that one looks like it's almost straight up and down. And they're not the same on either side. The same adjustment. Now let's check it. We noticed that the upper control arm outer bolts were loose, which that will make one side softer than the other, because it has free play, and we don't want free play.
Oh, see, it goes down and just stays because of the rebound.
So we have to max it out. It's already maxed out.
It is.
Okay, we just went through and had to tighten up upper control arm bolts, ball joint bolts, tighten up a bunch of stuff in this front end. Now that it's tightened up, it's actually doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, sounds a lot better.
A lot better, but I think it's lunchtime.
I gotta come clean with something. As me and Hillbilly were tightening everything on the front end, this window is just filthy. I can't handle it. Even though we're not gonna be driving it probably today, I gotta clean it. It's driving me nuts. Look at that.
So basically what we've decided on the upper control arms is we're just gonna center them, make sure both of them are equal, get a little bit of, I don't know if it's caster or camber or whatever, but they're gonna lay in a little bit, and we're just gonna run with it. Then we'll set our toe. But to set our toe, we'll take the tires off, we'll get our plates, we'll measure it. So our gap here is 2 3/16 of an inch, and these are just,
What's the gap on the front?
I don't care about that, just the back.
Oh.
So we'll just go over and we'll kind of match them. Push back. All right, we'll get this all set and then move on.
Making sure those are extra snug tight. Now we'll go up and we'll set the toe. In order to do that, we have to go up, take the tires off, find the toe
Toe tool?
toe tool,
Tool.
and find another tape measure.
Okay, I'm gonna zip these lug nuts off real fast. Voila. Then we'll run a tape on each side, is that correct?
And we want a total of 16ths each side, so what's the overall? 16th plus 16th is 3/16?
An 8? A 16th and a 16th?
Is an 1/8?
Where's the tape? Put me on the spot. So 1/16th, another 16th is an 8. So yeah, 16th and a 16th is an 8. What are you laughing at? You're agreeing with me.
Yeah, but you had to take a tape measure to see that.
Well, because I got put on the spot. I'm not perfect by all means. I do a lot of dumb stuff.
So we just got done adjusting the toe, and we're within a 16th of an inch, so it's not gonna be too horribly bad. This car ain't built to drive down the road. This car's built to go like this in the middle of the rain and make a lot of smoke, so that's gonna be perfect for it.
We got this sucker aligned the best it's gonna be. The Hillbilly's gonna get the wheels put on, and we are going to start figuring out vacuum lines and do those. And then Colton's gonna find the boxes that have all the turbo lines that go from the cold side to this. And we're gonna start figuring that out.
That line is definitely not gonna work on those fittings.
We gotta still tighten this one, or does that just stay loose on the power steering?
No, it needs to be tightened.
Do you even know what you're doing?
Getting stuff together and ready.
For the turbos?
Yep.
What do turbos do?
They go and force air into the intake from the exhaust.
From the exhaust?
The exhaust spins the propeller or turbine, that spins this turbine because it's on a solid shaft that forces air into the motor.
Is it the exhaust that spins it?
There's a propeller on the side that spins from the exhaust. It comes out the exhaust pipe that spins this one, 'cause the solid shaft.
What spins what?
I bet Google AI knows.
This one
It's like,
spins this one.
what came first, the chicken or the egg? Does this one start because of the engine sucking the air?
No.
Or does this one start because the engine
Sucking the air.
sucking the air?
Either way, what you just said, either way,
I know, but-
one has to, they're both are started by
The
sucking.
exhaust is bringing it out fast,
Yeah.
as the intake side is pushing it in fast. Yeah.
Start with an intake, or with an exhaust, before you can start with an intake.
But you have to suck air in first before you let air out.
While you're cranking, this doesn't spin.
Yes, it does.
Not like it does when it started.
Should we
No,
ask
I know.
Robbie?
This is a debate.
It's kind of like if you're, if no one's around, if there's no one in the forest, a tree falls, does it make a noise?
I don't know.
Yes.
No one knows because there's no one there to hear it. That's what we're arguing with right now,
I
guys.
asked my wife because I'm all clogged up. I blew my eardrum, and I said, "If I didn't hear it, does it mean it happened?" Or she just looked at me and was disgusted.
Definitely happened.
Me and Colton was talking, and we wanted to fix this. We don't want to steal Weston's signature of zip ties, of doing stuff to the throttle body with zip ties, like. And so we was just trying to figure out how we could eliminate this. So we started looking for the box for the instructions, couldn't find it, but good old Google could find it. And it was saying that the PCV valve fitting here, there's a screw in the back that's called the PCV passage valve, and a figure 2 picture. So I go up to the top, up here, or above it, where it says, if you have a turbo or a centrifugal style supercharger, the PCV connection is not typically used, and this passage will need to be closed. Rotating the valve screw clockwise until tight will close the passage for these applications. Well, we got 2 turbos, not just one, so we definitely have to close that, because when we were in Texas, I smashed this because
Well, at first we had a rubber bung over it.
yeah, we had a rubber bung on it at first, and when we were in Texas, Robbie revved it up a couple times, and our rubber bung was bye-bye. So I took a pair of flat bill nose pliers and smashed it so it didn't have as bad of a boost leak. And then it popped this out, and so Robbie and Matt put zip ties on it to hold it in. So now to eliminate all that, I'm gonna screw this passageway in.
And all we had to do is do a little bit of research. But hey, you learn behind every mistake, right?
Yeah, if there was no mistakes, no one would learn anything, and everyone would know everything, and life would be boring. Now, we can get rid of these zip ties. Okay, I need an Allen wrench to fit that.
Okay, we had the box here. Are you kidding? Bombi. You know I've been looking for that box, Valen. Hey, dude. Can I get in here? Hey, let's go for a ride. Thank you, sir.
All right. We're figuring out that our lives are messed up. So we need to pull the turbos, the cold side off. So I'm gonna have Colton start unbolting stuff. We gotta drill and tap this vacuum port right here that runs the wastegate.
All right. Yep. Sounds good. Thank you. Just like that, Robbie told me that our tuner couldn't get the car tuned this week. And I said, there's no way. We got to get it tuned. So I did a couple calling arounds. I found this company, Premier Performance. They said they'd have a look. They'd look at it, see what they could do to clean it up a little bit. So we go in and tell Rob that we can take it up to him.
Work on getting these turbos off.
All right, Hillbilly got the driver's side off. Pink from the tire smoke. Okay, we got these out. Now Robbie can go through, drill and tap them. We can get the fittings, the right fittings in there, get these back on there, and get those wastegates hooked up.
Now, I'm running vacuum line for blow valves. I'm not very familiar with turbos on a gasser. Diesels don't have blow-off valves. Some of them have wastegates, but mine has neither one of them. Okay, so I'm gonna wire these 2 pipes right here. It's gonna be wide into one line right here. Since I got rid of the loop over, gotta remove the quick connect air hose clamp and put a plug into that hole so we don't have a vacuum leak, because vacuum leaks will cause headaches. Blue Monstered it, which is a type of plumber's tape, just so that way it doesn't suck vacuum around the threads.
All right, we've got 2 more fittings to install. I'm not gonna drill all the way through because these, well, actually, these don't require, they're an O-ring style. They go into an NPT thread.
What are you doing?
Putting oil?
Most important part of this whole thing,
Yep, some, what does it do? Lubricate?
makes bearings not go boom.
All right, I avoided disaster. I got a fitting in there. And that's what genuinely matters. I'll go ahead and put this on so that it doesn't fall and get damaged. What's going on? You know what time it is?
Time it is.
Party time! It's time for Demery to learn how to burn out in a car. The time hath come for you to represent the channel. We'll go warm it up. All right, we're gonna go get some heat into the motor. We don't want to do any stupid pull until it's warm. We're just gonna go down the block and back. We'll wait for everybody to leave work, and then we're gonna do some teaching Demery how to burn out. All right, so we've got too many kids here tonight for Demery to get in the car and confidently do her first burnout. So we're gonna do it tomorrow when they're not here. So it is tomorrow. All right, it is the next morning. So Colton and Hillbilly are gonna get the, we don't even have a name for this. We call it the Racer Pacer, the grocery getter, or the boss's car. So whatever it is, I don't know, but they're gonna load it in the trailer and we're gonna take this up to a tuning shop and hopefully get somewhat of a high performance tune put in it. I don't know. We'll see.
Did your hand strike again?
All I did was went like this to open it and it punk.
Trailer's all, or car's all loaded up in the trailer, ready to go.
It's gonna be a whole new car when it comes back from the dyno.
Hopefully we can get it on a dyno.
Yeah, hopefully.
Until we meet again.
Which for you, it's gonna be about 2-3 hours. For me, it's gonna be a whole day. Because I have to stay here at the shop and get some stuff done around here.
All right, so we're off to the big city. So we're headed to Premier Performance in Midvale, Utah. They said they're gonna take a look at it. They've got a dyno. We're hoping to get it on the dyno and see if we can't get this thing tuned up. But if not, we've still got Kevin's buddy that we might take it to, but he's just not available in the time frame we need because we're headed back out to Kansas to do some more smoky burnouts this weekend. That's another video. Anyway, we got Colton with us and we got the boss.
And Linky.
Oh, and we have Lincoln. We have sleeping Lincoln in the back. So we'll be there in just a little bit and hopefully get this thing running good. So we made it. We're gonna unload it. I think we're leaving it. I'm not really sure. We got a new set of tires. We'll find out if they want them put on or not. All right, so they just called us when they want to do a dyno pulse, so we need to put the rear tires on. So we came back, we can give them the tires, and we'll let them do their magic. Hopefully it helps. I am so excited. I've never even seen anything on a dyno. So he's gonna do a pull. We're gonna see what the initial numbers are. Then we're gonna leave, let him do his adjusting, and come back and see what it is at the end. This is so exciting. Awesome. What do you think? Dude, you can feel it. I love it. All right, he's data logging, and the next pull he's gonna log the horsepower. So we'll be able to see what the numbers are. So we're at 500 to start. 500.26 horsepower. Cool. That's a good starting point. It feels like 10,000. All right, so I just found out that that was only at 5,000 RPM. So what it's doing is there's a safety in there that when it hits 15 pounds of boost, it cuts all ignition. So it hit 15 pounds of boost at 5,000 RPM, cut it. So he just raised it, and I think he's gonna do another pull so we can see some accurate numbers. Oh, that was a little different. That was unreal. I literally felt that in my chest. He's all, you're welcome. That's just on a few little things. That's not even springing it. That's nothing. Oh my gosh. That's just the beginning.
I don't even know what that means.
That means that's a crap ton. Like a crap ton. We did a first one of 500. Oh, let's just go. I'm so excited. All right, so we just went and got some Raising Cane's. We didn't show you guys that. We're all full, and we just got back, and we can hear the car making more pulls. So we're gonna go in. I've got my lucky car from Lincoln. We're gonna see what it's making.
So it was around 10 pounds.
10 pounds?
It's 10 pounds. So it was hitting, it was still hitting the boost cut. I raised the boost cut to 20, and I thought I was going to 7 and cutting off, but when I lifted the log closer, it was hitting 20 pounds and cutting right at 6,700. But there's less timing up there. So I pulled some spring out of it. It's still hitting 20 pounds, so I pulled more spring out of it. Now it's making 10 and still making 900 horsepower. Yeah, so it's pretty rowdy on 10 pounds. So I think we'll leave it there. No reason to run more boost if you don't have to. I mean, that's pretty wild for a harness.
Yeah, that's cool. At least we hit the 1,000 number like we wanted. At least there's no catastrophic failure. It's awesome. All right, so Evan here at Premier Performance hooked us up. He's got this thing dialed in. We'll do a little explanation on where we're at as soon as we get back to the shop. Let's just say this thing's gonna rip. All right, so we just spent the entire day in Salt Lake City. And guess what? We got, oh, it's still warm.
Yeah.
Holy cow, it is, pretty intake. We just drove an hour and a half home, and we are here with the results exactly what the old LS powered Racer Pacer Boss's Ride burnout car has for horsepower. So without further ado, Colton, what do you have in your hand?
I got the results.
What? What is that? All right, I want you to read the top number right there so that everybody knows. How many horsepower, peak horsepower, does this 6.0 LS have?
6.
6.19.
6.19 at 1,000 horsepower on top of that. Oh, 1,006 horsepower! Look at that! So this 6.0 to the wheels has 1,006.19 horsepower. So if you guessed that, good job. You're the winner, and we appreciate that you're watching. So, 1,000. This is truly a 1,000 horsepower burnout car. So we didn't lie to you all those times. But that's it. As always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.